Welcome back to the shop, guys. We got the garage door kind of put up. Got the breaker box mounted here. I had to weld in some metal here and screw on a board to mount the breaker box. And then I got a few game boxes already in place for the electric. So let's go down to the other side of this and I'll show you what we're working on today. So today's video, or what I'm working on right now at this part of this video, right? So right now, I just drilled out the hole through the concrete sidewalk right here to go up to the meter, for the conduit to go up to the meter. And so instead of renting a core drill and doing a clean hoe, I decided to do a series of drill hoes, just to save money, cause running low on funds on this project. So we got this dug out. This actually on this side was actually very thin before I hit the dirt. It's very thick. At this point right here, it's thicker, but back there it's very thin. So now what we got to do is, I started digging down, and we got to go under this concrete right here, all the way at an angle like this, to run the conduit under the sidewalk, which is going to be hard because there's a sweep down here at this end. Now Commute here on YouTube, I'll put his channel down, link down below. He said I could heat the pipe as it's going down and create a sweep, and that should make it a little bit easier. I don't know if I'm gonna give it a try. Worst case scenario, I might actually have to rent a concrete saw and tear this section of concrete up just to run my wire, and then redo it. That is a very, very, very last thing scenario. We're gonna try every other method right now as we can. Right now I'm gonna go to Lowe's, and they got this thing that hooks to a piece of PVC pipe, and you hook a water hose to it and it blasts tunnels. So we're gonna go to Lowe's real quick and we're gonna try to just blast under there with that. Commute said to go from this hole. If I remember right, he said to go from this hole first and then start blasting here, because we gotta go a little deeper there because of the sweep, I think. And then in the next few days, if it ain't pouring the rain, Justin from Good of the Land's coming with an excavator, and he's gonna be digging a hole, trench from here up here. You see there's a hill right here, so we couldn't use just a ditch witch, so we have to use an excavator, dig up here, and then it's going to go right there to the side of that shop right there, and then we'll finally get shop electric. So right now I gotta go to Lowe's, guys, and get the stuff we need. So be back in a few and we'll get started on this. All right, we're gonna give this a try. We got this tunnel kit right here and a piece of 3/4 pipe. So supposedly you can glue this together. This nozzle right here will dig through the dirt. This is some red clay right here. Not 100% sure how good it's gonna do, but it's worth a try. So I'm gonna get my tools to cut this pipe down, because we don't need it 10 foot long, and then find my plumber's glue and we'll glue it all together. All right, guys, we're gonna cut this off. We don't need it super long here, so we'll probably cut it off about right here, give us a little extra play. And eventually you get it clean. Again, I don't know if I ever mentioned this, I'm no plumber, but I've had to fix a few pipes. So that off, that off. And we glue one on one end, glue one on the other end, so it'll fit in there like that. Glued on. little bit of primer, making a mess with the primer here. Rub it on both ends. Wow, that's clumpy. Hope it still holds. Alright. To get in there. Ooh, that's probably a little too much glue, but there, hold it for a second. To the other side. Do the same. We'll let it set for about 30 minutes before we try anything here. Now we're gonna let that dry. All right, we let it cure for a little while. So we're gonna start with this upper hose. I was told I should try this upper hose and then dig under. So dig down some here and then go to the tunnel and go. So let me turn the water on, we'll get started. So the water tunneling thing works, sorta. It made a muddy mess, but problem was it worked great. I got about right here and hit a tree root, so we can't go any further. So my idea is, I don't have a concrete saw. I already made this hole a little bigger. I'm gonna take and I'm gonna drill a series of holes, and then we're just gonna break that out, and it'll give me space to glue, more space to glue, and then we'll just fill it back up with concrete and stuff after we're done. So let me get started on that, and we're gonna do that. All right, got a series of holes. It ain't the prettiest looking thing. So what I like to do now, since I don't have a concrete saw, is I like to take my bit at an angle and break some of the holes, and then so it makes it easier to break out with the sledgehammer. So I just kind of go in at an angle and carefully, not to break the drill bit or anything like that, like this, at an angle like this. All right, hole is dug out some, and it's not the prettiest hole, but we'll make it look pretty after we're done here. So now I'm gonna try blasting again. I dug some tree roots, some concrete out of there, and hopefully we'll finally hit it. All right, guys, after a little bit of 3 days actually of work, it's finally through. I had made that hole bigger, not pretty, and then I had to use the water nozzle, and I had to use my hands to scrape. So what happened was when they bricked this house, they took the leftover bricks and just put under there in the dirt. It's like a filler, I guess, and that's what I was hitting. So you can see my arms is all scratched up from reaching under there and pulling it out until I had enough to get through there. So now that's done. I'm waiting for it to dry up, and then Justin will come, and I gotta clean these hoses up some, Then Justin will come with the excavator and finish digging the trench from there down to here. So stay tuned for that, guys.